Alright, next up is Morning Glory, and this is a film, of course, kind of underlying the whole basis of news network, TV network work and whatnot, kind of like what broadcast news did some 24 years ago. Now, Becky Fuller is played by Rachel McAdams, and she's an aspiring TV producer who loses her job at a New Jersey station and then, through a blend of desperation and overactive charm, talks her way into the position of executive producer of Daybreak, a notoriously bad fourth-ranked morning show, one of which the co-anchors where the co-anchors have been grinning at each other for so long that it looks like their teeth are just ready to pop out at any second, or start chattering on the table like those toys or whatever. But McAdams, she's all googly, doughy-eyed, nervous and gritty, with the just go get, schoolgirl, I guess say velocity or whatever, just pizzazz, razzle pizzazzle, and enough spunk that would just even scare Mary Tyler Moore to death. She's appealing enough in this film, but sometimes it just doesn't do it for me. But again, you don't mind. Hopefully, you don't mind some of those scenes. I mean, it's one thing watching it a half hour on the Mary Tyler Moore show back in the '70s. It's one thing watching it through a full-length feature film. Now, I like Rachel McAdams. I've always thought she was a very talented actress. I thought she really stole a lot of the scenes in Mean Girls back in 2004. I thought she was fantastic as well in The Notebook and Red Eye to follow. But and she's okay here. But I gotta say, her opposite number in this film, a man named Mike Pomeroy, played by Harrison Ford. He's a nightly news legend who's just been put out to pasture, of course, by the station, but yeah, he has time left on his contract, so here he is in this death slot, I guess you could call it. But unlucky for him, he's idolized by this young woman who forces him to finish out that contract as the station's new co-host. Now, he's supposed to sit beside Colleen Peck, played by Diane Keaton. She is a chatty, co-anchor, very diva-like behavior, and engage, in smiley, morning show segments, which come off more phony than wrestling. Yeah, that's right, I said that. And I gotta say too that some of this stuff really does play out well, like kind of the parody of the morning shows. I really like how they do that. But I gotta say too, Harrison Ford really plays his character perfectly well as a beady-eyed, grouch who just serious about the news and his own fame and importance, and is just, he will not even just go to, it's like a pain for him to smile. It's like causes him headaches, so it seems. Harrison Ford is really good at playing a grump. He's proven that time and time again, and it seems to be the role he's more comfortable in these days. But at times I'm just bored by him. But here he's electric at playing a grump, and I really think he steals a lot of this movie, and I really enjoyed him. Rachel McAdams somewhat overdoes it. I gotta say here, Diane Keaton hasn't done it for me in very many years. In my opinion, she's one of the most overrated actresses I've ever seen. But I gotta say too, even the movies I liked her in, I thought she was outshined by other stars. But I will say this, it has its moments of sparkle, but sometimes the screenplay just lets us down. And Rachel McAdams is luminous, but like I said, it's just some scenes she just really needs to tone it down. Ford gives his best performance in years. Again, you can compare this to broadcast news years ago, but that had a much better screenplay and a great cast of players, including Albert Brooks in a memorable role. But again, I was actually on the fence here. There are a lot of things I did like, but I'm kind of leaning back. So I sadly have to do this. I gotta give Morning Glory only 2.5 stars out of 5.